Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pop-up easel card, and it is the easiest thing to do, especially if you're a beginner and you don't have a lot of tools, craft tools and things. You can still do this card, and if you're an advanced crafter, well, you're going to love it too. So let's head on over to the craft table and let me show you. You can make your card any size, but for my example right now, I'm going to go with an A2 size card, which means I'm going to cut this 8.5 by 11-inch piece of cardstock in half. So I'll be cutting it here at 5.5. So I have enough for 2 cards right here, kind of. And the next thing I'm going to do is grab my scoreboard. And I'm going to put this on here so that it's 8.5 inches this way, and halfway would be 4 1/4. And so I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And that will give us a card. I'll fold it in half so you can see. The card is going to go this way, but we're not done. So put it right back down. Now we're going to score it again. Let me see if I can get this down here. Okay, so it was 8.5. We scored it in half at 4 1/4. Now we're going to score it in half again. It's actually 1/4 of the whole thing, but we're just going to look at this one section here. So we're going to score that at 2 1/8. Okay, so you've now scored it 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and that's all you need to do. But what I'd like to get across is, let's say you were making this card bigger or a different direction. So whatever size you're using, score it in half and then score the other part in half. And that's going to give you exactly what you need. So let's do this really quick. And there is the beginning of your card. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to do this if you don't have a scoreboard. For this example, we're still doing an A2 size card, but I cut it the other direction so that this card is going to be portrait instead of landscape. So take your cardstock, you fold it in half. Make sure that your ends are even. Press it down really good. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use your fingers or the end of something else. Okay, so there's our portrait card, but we still need the part to make it an easel. Very simple. Take that and fold it in half right up to your center line. You're going to fold that right up to there, and that makes it really easy. And again, just smooth it down as flat as you can get it. And there you go. That is the beginning of your easel card. That's the beginning of actually a regular easel card, not just the pop-up. And I will tell you, I don't have this cut in half, but give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so your card is 4 1/4 by 5.5. Cut another piece that is 4 1/4 by 5.5, which is basically the other side of the piece of cardstock that you cut out to get this. And so for a regular easel card, you would put your glue or whatever adhesive you're going to be using right there, and then you will attach that to the front of it, and that's a regular easel card. Okay, so now you have learned how to make the fold with a scoreboard, without a scoreboard, no matter what size you have, and how to make a regular easel card. And now let's get on to the pop-up easel card. Now we need to put paper on each of these panels, and I've already cut mine. And when you cut yours, just make it maybe an eighth or a quarter of an inch smaller each direction than the size of your card. So for example, this card is 5.5 inches across, and so I cut this 5 1/4 inches across. So whatever size card you make, just keep that in mind, that you either want it an eighth of an inch or a fourth of an inch smaller. Now, there is another way to cut your paper. I cut mine with my trimmer. I'm going to show you something that my friend Jen Evers does, and I'm not really good at. I'll be really honest with you. But she'll take a piece of paper and line it up so that, fold that down so you can see. So there's a border, and you want to leave enough border for when you'll see in a minute. But just want to make sure you have a nice border. Then you flip it over, and you take your scissors, and you just cut right along the edge. Jen's a pro at this. I'm not so much. Okay, and then when you move it over and line it up, you have a nice border all the way around. So it's a pretty nifty trick. And I wanted to share that with you. So I have these cut out. I'm going to adhere them on, and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I have those panels on, so when the card is closed, it's going to look like this, and then it'll bend up nicely. But now we have to put something on the bottom. Now, on this one, I only went halfway, and I used the same cardstock or paper that I used on the front. But you don't have to, and so in this case, I'm still only going to go part way back. But you can actually put a piece of paper or cardstock all the way on the bottom if you'd like. But I'm going to do this because it actually gives me a good stopping place for the card to be open and for me to build on right across there. So I'm going to glue this on really quick with my handy dandy Beacon 3-in-1. Okay. And just place it nicely right on there, just like that. So that gives you a place to start building up right here. You can put ribbon, you can put a bow, you can pop dot a flower, you can put some little pearls or gems on there, but you want something a little bit raised to hold that up, just like on this one, I have a bow. So that's what we're going to have to do right there. Let me think. What is it I want to do? Okay, I decided that I wanted a bow to go right there to hold this open. So I had to go make a bow to match. It's got little sparklies on it and everything. I could have used something like a sentiment and just put, pop dots or foam tape on the back and place that on there, raise it up enough to hold the easel open. You can use so many things. You have to use your imagination. But like I said, flowers, gems, bows, popped up sentiments. But before I put that on there, I probably should decorate the front so that it's laying flat. And I have decided on this. Just a little thing I had and cut out and stamped on. And I'm going to put it off to the side. And as you can see, let me show you really quick. This one is centered and the oval is going this direction. And this one is off to the side. You can do it any way you want, but I'm going to do this off to the side. And you only want to adhere it to this bottom panel, not the top, just the bottom. So try to figure out the halfway point on what you're putting on there. And get your adhesive on there. And while I'm doing this, I can tell you that, you can use images like this that are already, pre-colored and I just cut it out. You can do circles or ovals or squares or whatever you want. And in a second, I'm going to tell you how to do it if you don't have a die cutting machine. So, but first, I've got my adhesive on there, and I'm going to lay this down right on there, and then I'm going to make sure, yep, okay, had to make sure that I had it on there in the right spot. So that would be it flat, and that's it popped up. Now, I'm going to do some more decorating on this, and I'll come back and show you that. But before I do, I just wanted to tell you that if you don't have a die cutting machine, you don't have a Cricut or a Cuttlebug or a Big Shot or anything, you can actually cut circles by, let's say, taking a glass or the lid of a jar and putting it on your cardstock and drawing around it, and there is your template. Just cut that out and you'll have a circle. And I'm sure you can find things around your house to make squares with, or hearts, or whatever you want to do. So you don't have to have a die cutting machine to do this. You don't have to have a scoreboard to do this. So this is really something fun to do if you don't have a lot of craft tools. So I will be right back after I decorate this. Okay, I got the front of the card decorated, and when it opens, it's going to look like that. But now it's time to add my little bow. So let me grab a glue dot here, and I'm just using regular glue dots. I'm not even using like a pop dot or anything, but you can if you want to. So get that little dot on there. I'll decide about where the center of this is. That looks close enough to center to me. I don't have to be a perfectionist here, do I? Okay. So there you go. That is what it looks like. And I might add some stickles or glitter gel to this. And of course, I'm going to put a little label down here with a sentiment or just to sign my name. But for all of you new viewers who wonder why I'm not showing me decorating it, why I'm not showing that on camera. And the reason is this. What I'm trying to do is teach you how to do a certain card fold. And then I want you to do your own creativity in decorating it. I don't mind giving you a little inspiration, like showing you, this. But the products that I'm using, you may not even have. I don't know where to tell you where to get those flowers from. I don't know where I got that button from that I added right there. The paper that I have, it's old. I actually know I got this on clearance at Michael's years ago. So it's not going to really do me any good to show you what I used because you don't have those same things. So that's why I don't show you how to decorate a card. I just show you what I've done to it. And on this one, I actually did have to show you a little bit more because you had to see all the things to add to the card. So there you go. That is the card fold right there. And it's a pop-up easel. So there's the front. And there it is popped up. And you've seen how easy that is to do. Now that I've shown you how easy that basic fold is, and that you can put your little pop-up anywhere on here, whether it's a circle, a square, a heart, or an image of some sort, I'm now going to show you how to make it just a little bit more fun. So I've got this one started. The fold has already been done. I have cardstock on the top panel and on the inside. And now I'm going to show you something really cool. So on this one, it's going to be a Christmas card. So I'm going to be doing a winter scene. And as you can see, I've got images stuck on a piece of white cardstock. And actually, if your image, you want it to be floating above, you could actually do it with a piece of clear acetate. But if you're not worried about it showing, you could do it with white cardstock, like I just did. So let me show you. I am going to position my snowman right here. And let me get my glue out and glue him down. Okay. Turn around, make sure I still have him right where I want him. All right, there's one. Just hold on a second here, because we have another snowman, and I'm going to put her right over here. Just like that. So let me flip her over, and we're going to glue that down. Okay. So we have Mr. and Mrs. Snowman peeking over a snowbank, which, by the way, I just took 3 pieces of white cardstock and just randomly, cut little snowbanks here. And then I lightly chalked along each edge, giving it kind of a snowy shadow. Okay, so now that we have this all together, we're going to take your bottom panel, and that's where you always attach your part that's going to pop up. So I am going to put glue all over it. Okay, not necessarily all over it, but I'm going to glue it all the way across, top and bottom. Okay, and now I'm going to take this and attach it to the bottom. And I am still leaving the little edges because that's all the way around. So let me make sure that this is on here really good. So it goes from that to that. Is that adorable or what? And I wanted to show you a different way to, let me get my stuff over here. I wanted to show you that you can use the sentiment to pop it up. I want you to see what I did. Is this priceless or what? I didn't realize that I was die cutting this out of that. But the good thing about crafting is you can hide it, and that's going to be hid. So I'm going to grab me a piece of foam tape here. So we can give this some dimension. Put it right across there. So see, we have the foam tape on there. And let me get this all lined up the way I want it. Yep. Hard to do if I'm not going to stick my head in the camera. Or at least for me, it's hard to do. So there we go. And it's just that one little edge that's holding it up. But that's okay, because it's holding it open right there. Nice and adorable. But isn't this just so cute? And then when it's closed, it looks like that. You can even stamp a sentiment right across here if you wanted to. So, adorable or what? Below, I'm going to put links to the snowmen and actually to the entire set that they came out of. That is clip art from A&B Illustrations. And I'm also going to put a link to the set that this adorable kitty cat and sentiment came out of, because that is a new release set from MHK Designs. And I think you will love what you find at both A&B Illustrations and at MHK Designs. So check them out. Now that you've seen all the things that you can do with this fold, I hope you give it a try. And I forgot to show you on this one that these little leaves are pop dotted up, and that is what's holding the easel open on this one. So that's just one more idea for you on how to make a pop-up easel card. Thank you all for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed this card fold, and I hope it was easy to follow. And if you like this one, I have another easy card fold that will be coming out here in the next few weeks, maybe even next week. So keep your eyes open for it. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.